welcome on into the late night wishing hour. We got our last match of our Saturday GMP Go Mode podcast mentor tournament happening in just a little bit. We're about to let the runners loose. I am Sawyer, and I am joined here by Fire Elements. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty excited to see this one. What are your thoughts on these two racers?
I am excited to see this as well. As we can see in the race room already, there is a little bit of banter between the mentors. They're friends as well. It's one of the fun parts of being a mentor in this tournament. But I have heard these two race before. I have seen them kind of doing some things. They're kind of doing this to get some more skills, and I'm really excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a interesting one. Can't wait for this one to get started.
Exactly. So, Fire, before they get started a little bit, are you in the mentor tournament as well?
I am in the mentor tournament. I had my first race earlier today, and also looks like they are getting started.
And as with open insured, this is an open insured mode. So basically, the entire map is open to them. They can do everything. We have a pendant at Hera and a red crystal at Desert with a regular crystal at Eastern with the map check done by Tom. We haven't actually introduced our two runners. We do have caitsith over here on the left, mentored by Lana Bean. We also have HtomSirveaux85, mentored by It's Me Facebones on the right. As I said earlier, these mentors do know each other. They do kind of can guide these runners exactly how the other person would play. And we do have a sync start here. How do you feel about the sync start right now?
I think that's pretty much the standard start. It does seem we have a bit of a divergence here with caitsith going up and doing a quick lumberjack check, whereas HTom is not doing that. What is your thoughts on that?
I actually prefer the lumberjack check myself. You can get tree pulls along the way. You can get crab pulls along the way as well. Getting bombs in as many rupees as possible, even though we already know 300s in Lost Woods, is definitely pretty massive thing, especially when you already start with that sword from the open assured check that we have here. To get a little bit further into the mode that we are playing, it is open. The world is open to you to do whatever you do wish. You don't even have to save Zelda, and you start with a sword. Those are the two big portions of this entire mode. And over on the right side, we do have Tom kind of checking out well first. And the reason why he's doing that is to get those bombs. It is easier to get in and out of the well than it is to kind of do the blind set. So always, if you don't have bombs coming in, check this one first. And you're getting 9 bombs so far in here. Come on, 12? Yes!
Yeah,
12 bombs.
I think we have enough bombs now.
Don't even have to do anything or worry about that at all. And then we're going to go ahead and slide over. And then we see caitsith doing something a little bit different. You're taking that 300 rupees, going to check the tavern and just buy the bombs. Unfortunately, they're going to find the goodie hut of bombs in the well soon. But this is also a reasonable play. It's just you're going to have a little bit more doubling back through CAC.
It is. It's a bit of a safer play to make. I mean, you're guaranteeing them, but given this how the seed worked out, it's not quite working out for them.
And then right now, I mean, we also do have in the well, or in the blind side, we are seeing that Michelangelo can go ahead and check his bandana and everything going through there. And it looks like he's going to be kind of being able to go from Dark World to Light World quite quickly. We even have bombs for bombs in Chicken Hut. Now, Bottle Merchant has a wonderful business plan. You know, spend 100, get 50 back. At least he's staying profitable.
I mean, it's a pretty wonderful business plan for him. I'm not sure about anybody else, but it's definitely worked out for him.
And there is one thing that I do see here that we kind of have a little bit with caitsith right now. So, like, you just went and bought bombs. I'm not sure if you're planning on going down to race game. You've already done everything south. Really, there's only one check that's down there. If you're going to go ahead and do this route, there's always a possibility where you save race game for a little bit later, do well, and then save and quit out of blind set, because you look at how much time it's going to be taken to get out of blind set here But this is also one of those things, like, if you're planning on going back down to race game, you're losing time on that as well.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what they do here.
Actually looked away at chat. So was there anything on library there?
There was not.
There was not. Okay, okay.
And there is the flute on
Yep.
race game.
So let's hope that caitsith works their way back down there, because we do want to make sure that we get that flute, because flute and boots are two of the best ways to get around this entire world. Does look like caitsith is probably going to go on. Oh
no, they actually are not. So
we have a big divergence here, unfortunately. I think caitsith is probably going to be a little more upset about going in there, not doing this, but we do have an escape here, and then Tom is going to go and activate that flute right away, which is pretty standard for wherever this flute is.
For sure, it'll be interesting to see when caitsith finally does get that flute.
Yeah, and it's interesting that we do have the mirror and the flute, and we have a sword. What would you be doing right now? What do you think is the best play?
Me personally, I think I would just continue on to South Shore, go and do my Moldorm Cave checks down there. Just continue playing pretty standard with that.
Okay, all right. That's always a great play as well. There is always the play where you go up to the mountain. If you know the dark room's disabled, man, it's relatively easy. It's usually the first one that mentees do learn. Making sure that you can go ahead and do Hera right away. But then we're also maybe missing out the hammer or the hook shot. And there's the lamps. We won't be doing any dark rooms.
It does look like we have caitsith working through escape right now.
Just a little fiber out there, and we are bailing on mini Moldorm Cave. I think It's Me Facebones may have kind of said, hey, we're missing out on 5 items here.
Yeah.
Let's go do them.
Yeah, we gotta make sure to get those. That's a check you don't want to miss.
No, not at all. Especially since it's still Sphere 0. You can still get your stuff, and getting as much as you can before you go up to the mountain to be able to do more of the mountain is definitely something you want to try to do.
Doing a bomb strat here on, just throwing all the bombs.
Throwing them all over.
Yeah, got them. Might as well use them, right?
And I was like, oh, we're down to 3. Let's go ahead. But it does look like the guards are in the bomb pack. And that's with the sword. You want to make sure that you're trying very hard to get through the tree poles with the guards too, especially since they are all over where Sanctuary is.
It looks like we didn't get anything from Mini Moldorm Cave there.
Well, we got peace of mind.
That is true. Let's see if only thing from Zelda's cell here on caitsith's side.
Doing the 1 pot 4 strat, and then unfortunately taking a couple hits there and going we're gonna go get this last pot.
It's better to be safe at that point. I can understand it.
I'm sorry, but if I can see this goose raise it, just holding an item in the air or a pot in the air, I just want to see that all the time. So it looks like South Shore was completely dry of items, so we are going to go ahead and do our Link's House check here. And then it looks like we're pulling out the flute, so it's going to be interesting to see where they go. While we do have caitsith working on the back.
Yeah, it looks like HTOM is also going to do escape. Or at the very least, part of it.
I think it's going to, but since they have that lamp from the floodgate chest, then it looks like they're going to be able to have a little easier time in the back than caitsith is right now. It does look like caitsith is doing a really great job at this dark room. just has to reposition themselves to get to this chest. And we have
Got
a
the
book.
book.
We can read.
That's interesting. What would you think that changes? Does that change anything with the routing? Do you think that Desert Palace is potentially in play?
So if I had the flute, yes, I think it would be more in play. Without the flute, I'm going to be kind of going to the right here from the damn spot, right? Mainly because getting over to desert is pretty long. Unfortunately, that flute piece right there is kind of a big thing. But going over there to get really only 3 checks, because we don't know if there's the key on torch, because we wouldn't be able to go further into the dungeon. It's only the map chest, the ledge, and then a Gina's cave that we'd be able to do over in desert.
Looks like they may be going that way.
Exactly. This is why I only mentor so many people a week. I don't mentor everyone.
I think it makes sense. You're in the area. I mean, you might as well go there now when you're down there. I mean, they don't know that flute, that they missed it, so it kind of makes sense. You're in the area. You figure you might as well go there now, right?
Yeah, and I tend to be skeptical of early books, just because of where, like, the fact that desert can get an item in there, and you can get the ledge in Agina. There are some people that just don't ever check Agina early. It's burned them in the past, but then again, that's with most checks and stuff like that. And we have to watch out here for the ball and chain guard. Kind of swinging in there. I think at this point, if you're taking this much damage, just run over and get a pot to go ahead if you watch this back there, Tom. And we are able to do right side of desert, so that's kind of nice.
Oh, we can continue.
Here's also another thing that I think Tom may be doing as well. He's got a small key already, and he has a lamp. He can go all the way to the back and still mirror out and then flute away. Ooh!
We got a bow in Desert Palace. That's interesting.
So that's going to put Eastern and Armos Knights in logic, especially with that lamp.
For sure. Do you expect caitsith to head to Eastern right after fishing Desert?
I think I would. I definitely would, because, again, that flute, we're still not quite sure about, because we don't know about it, right? So I think walking over there, because this is dense. You got Saha with 3 checks. You got Eastern Palace with 3 checks.
Exactly, and it's a crystal dungeon, so it just, there's so much over there, and you need to do it anyway, so. And also, this is not a boots-locked Desert Palace, or there's nothing on the torch, so they're just gonna finish this up, and yeah, I'd imagine probably heading to Eastern after this, right?
I think we do have an item on Lanmo, though. And without the glove, we're unable to get there, but I think walking over to do an Agina from here is the acceptable play. And it looks like we got all the items, because we didn't even open the last chest there. And that is some saving 3 seconds right there.
Htom is also heading over to Desert Palace right now. They'll be picking up that bow soon.
I can see them kind of mirroring. So this is an interesting play. You're spending the time to walk in and out, but you're also getting the time back from the flute. So really isn't much there, just 100 rupees. This is just some time that's being given back, but it's kind of negligible with that flute there. And we are not going into desert?
Yeah, are they going back, or was that just for Agina?
I'm curious.
It may be. Oh, I guess they're not.
Did you happen to see what I saw? When caitsith went over and checked Highly Island, and I saw a wonderful brown rectangle.
Really, I
This
did not see that.
could be an Aga seed. We just need to
Oh
find,
man.
you know, the other 3 pieces now. It is curious that we went to desert area and didn't go into desert. I kind of wonder what the thought process was there on that one.
Yeah, maybe they were just afraid to go in there without the boots. Were afraid that they would just find a small key on the torch. Yeah, something like that would
Yeah.
be my speculation.
I think at that point, you know, you kind of look at it where knowledge is power, though. Like knowing that you're going to need the boots instead of just like going in there and taking it. Obviously, excuse me, we do know that there is a bow. We as viewers can always go ahead and be like, yeah, we know all what's going on. But we know that there's a bow there, and that's something that's going to go ahead and make sure that we want to get that. We did see one of our... Okay. We can go into Aga now.
And at this point, would you go to Aga right now, or would you hold it off a bit?
This is one of those questions where it's like that knowledge is power is coming out. If caitsith finds that cape relatively soon, right, or finds flippers in here, I'm immediately going to Aga once I get that cape, because that's free hammer, right?
It is.
But you still want to try to find your pearl so you can walk around and defend yourself in Dark World. This is where not knowing the flute, not knowing where the bow, or not having the bow and not doing that check is semi detrimental, because you can't make your informed decisions that way. We do have a red crystal Thieves Town, green pendant Mire, blue pendant Ice Palace. So there are all of our crystals and such. So looks like this is not actually going to be one of those fabled hover seeds. So far, we kind of haven't found, other than that cape. Looks like Ether Tablet's going to go ahead and be dead. But yeah, I think...
Curious.
Pardon, go ahead.
Oh yeah, it says, gonna be curious what we find up in Hera. I can't imagine that we could find 2 gloves in Hera, but stranger things have happened.
I've seen some weird things. We do have a Bombos though, so that's actually kind of nice. And we have the...
And there's our moon
Eastern
pearl.
Palace.
Yep, Eastern Palace, big chest.
So now, with knowledge of that, it's going to be interesting to see when caitsith gets this flute, because that is right now your only way up to the to the mountain to get your cape to go ahead and get into Dark World. Right, and that's nice spins right there. And we do have, you know, caitsith running through or walking through the Eastern Palace right now. I'm gonna go probably use that bow and finish it off. They found the moon pearl, which is the big prize already so far. And then we do have Tom kind of floating around up here in Hera. Both grabbing just dungeon items at the same exact time. I like that little sync that they had. Yeah. Let's see if we need to do Hera basement. Now, have you had much experience with Hera basement there so far right now, Fire?
Much experience in what way?
As in having to do it, or like being in those positions where like I don't want to, but I have to.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where when it comes up, you don't want to do it, but you're just kind of afraid not to, right? Because if you don't do it and something's there, you're last locating that at that point, and you're just gonna hate it if that happens, right?
So let's hope that Moldorm's going to drop an item, or we can make people just do the Hera basement. There are many people in the community that do kind of not like it, but you know.
Oh, there's people that like it?
Not like it. They that is an automatic last locate no matter what, and it does look like the second
we have
item.
been saved from Hera basement.
Saved from Harry Basement. Marked Saved from Harry Basement 2026. Very nice fight with the Kate from Tom. We do have caitsith here going from the bottom. It doesn't look like they're going for the quick kill. That's totally fine. We're still in just week 1 of, you know, the mentor season.
Yeah, and that's still a clean. That's still a very clean fight.
Very clean fight, yeah. And we got a bottle. I don't recall where we got the bottle from.
I don't recall either, but it didn't lead us to anything.
And I'm really hoping that Tom does go into desert. Oh.
Does not look like it?
This is their Aga play.
Yeah.
I think this may be a touch early for them, but at the same time, we're kind of like leaning towards that anyways.
Right. I mean, I feel like this is they're definitely. I mean, this is definitely you're gonna do this anyways, right? I don't think we're avoiding Aga at this point. So once they get through it, find out they still need that Moon Pearl, they'll likely be going to the correct place at that point, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and having the mirror means and the flute, you're just going to be able to bounce away from that. And
exactly.
Pretty good use of the bombos here. I think we might see bombos coming out at least 3 more times, which is I think the magic max here, maybe 2 for this dungeon. Because this is not a fun dungeon. Speaking from personal experience, on low percent with just a fighter sword as well.
Yeah, it is not. Some of the enemies in here can be pretty tough. Some of these rooms are a lot harder than you would think.
This is what I'd call in like the vanilla game. This is what I'd call the 1.5 scaling, because once you get into Dark World, everything's starting to do twice the amount of damage, right? So this one is where they're just faster. Their hitboxes are extremely bad, but it is one of the more technical dungeons in the speedrun community. So being able to do this one quickly is just a sign of great skill, because it's a little bit of everything in these dungeons: movement, hitboxes, execution. It's just fun to play. We do have caitsith walking over to Ice Ride Cave right now. They do have that pearl, so there may be more.
Yeah, they may incentive to fake flipper potentially.
And one of the things about having that pearl means getting in and out of that waterfall cave, because other than that, you need boots to do that. So I think until they get that flute, they're not gonna exactly know how they're gonna get into Aga, unless of course they find a sword that's out of logic.
And that would be interesting if they find a out of logic sword in Waterfall Cave, perhaps. But it does seem like that's their plan here.
22 minutes in, we've got pretty nice divergence. It's been interesting to see how they're routing it. And you can also see a little bit of their influence of the mentors as well. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have pretty drastically different routes here, and they've both missed. Well, not perhaps missed, but they both acquired certain items that the other doesn't have. We have a flute on one end, but the bow on the other. So it is very interesting little route divergence we have here. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out over time.
Exactly. I think one of the things that we're also seeing too is just the fact that this pearl might actually be pretty useful once they get into Dark World 2.
For sure. And we're only getting a red boomerang from the Waterfall Cave there. Nothing too useful, not necessarily unuseful, but
the 20 rupees is also pretty useful because it actually got them to Zora money. I am a little concerned though, because there isn't any money in case there's something in pod. I don't know exactly where they're going to get money to get into pod if need be. And especially with that bow and knowing where the hammer is, that is something that could be useful because where the flippers may be too.
Well, Zora helped out and gave 20 rupees for the trouble.
Again, what is with the economy of this entire game? I pay you money, you pay me back.
Man, it's working out pretty well for Zora, I think.
only paying a nice what was it? Nice 4% back, I guess.
Think about 4%. Yeah, that's how you become king.
And I think this is where caitsith is going to get some bad news for how they routed this, because they are working their way over to race game, and then they're going to find the flute, but they're also going to probably go reactivate it and then just go straight to the mountain and get what's up there. Which
yeah, I mean, I'm sure on one hand it does suck that you find that item and you realize what happened, you realize you could have got it so much earlier, but on the other hand, they do have a couple advantages still here with the bow they acquired. We are going to have each Tom is going to have to go through that whole sequence, get the bow, get to Eastern, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad for caitsith right now.
And I think this is an interesting standoff we have between Raphael and the Snapdragon, because this, like I said, this is where damages start to get really bad, and Snapdragons do 3 hearts of damage, where he's only got 1.5. But I do like this play. We're heading over here. We know that Eastern's got something in it. Desert, we could think at some face ones. Oh, we're getting a health here. Okay, I thought we were like trying to teach cross keys or something here. So this is open assured. There's a question: does Tom know EP must have Pearl? He did not go into Desert either, so he's got 2 choices here. Unfortunately, the way he's ordering them means he's probably going to double dip Eastern and not be able to do all of Pod due to the fact that he doesn't have that bow.
There could be another bow in Pod. It's not impossible as well.
I believe that's the case, Mamo. Well, that's true. There could be another bow, but if the first check is not a key, then it's going to be the second logical bow, and that's the big kicker right there. Paid $310 to Zora. I am unsure what's happening here. Okay, so we're gonna mirror here and then head down.
I'm not sure what the advantage of that is. Do you know?
Yeah, so basically what they're trying to do is not go past Kiki, but they're kind of doing this anyways, because they have to walk back to the portal, then back over to the pod. I think the best thing to do is just put your portal right next to Kiki if you're going to do that, because then you can just wait for the iframes to delete. But this is a little bit more walking than is really required, especially since you put the portal outside of the maze and not on the inside of the maze.
And caitsith has now discovered the cape.
It'll be interesting to see what they do go into Hera and get kind of finish Hera, or if they're going to go to Aga and just say screw the pendant. I have ran against both of these mentors quite a bit in different modes. I don't know just exactly how aggressive they are to try to guide or talk to their mentees and doing what they need to do. Ooh, we are a little too far to the right on this bomb shot. But it looks like
it's trying to adjust. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I think it's still a little too far to the right. You want to have your shadow kind of lined up with that line there. But this is all, again, fun learning experiences of what we need to do. I think I did a mentee race earlier today, and it's the first time they were able to save the portal for Turtle Rock. So learning something in the middle of a fight or middle of a seat is kind of fun too.
Oh, really? That's always a pretty rare situation. You're actually able to do that.
Yeah, well, when you full clear everything in the first place, you kind of realize you're like, oh. So right now, with our current loadout on Tom's side, because we believe Kate's going to go into Hera, be able to take care of that. They do have an Eastern clear over Tom because they have the bow. If there is nothing in, if there's not a key in the first chest, or if Pod is bow locked, they know that their natural progression is probably going to be in desert, because it kind of opens up Pod. Because I don't think there's much in Dark World that they can do.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, there's really not much, so probably will be led to that fairly quickly. Again, depending on the situation with Pod.
Yeah, now we have the Pearl. Look at this long walk that we're doing to get back to our portal, just to do the long walk again to get to Pod. So I think just in my personal opinion, I think moving the portal closer, if you're going to do this, is beneficial, because you obviously don't have your Pearl yet, so you don't want to like mess up Kiki too much. But this is a little bit more of a walk than I would want to do personally. But we also don't know what's being said between mentee and mentor right now.
That is true. It's you never know. You never know what was intended. Some things that you want to happen just don't happen, and you just kind of go with it. You just kind of go with it, and
Exactly.
might not be intended, but might be like, oh, well, too late. We're just going with this at this point.
It's like, oh well, that happened, so this is a thing that we have to do now.
Exactly.
And we did get key, so not quite locked out of here yet.
Not quite locked there. There could be a bow in here.
And while we kind of have some floating around here, we do have caitsith clearing up a place we already know it doesn't have too much. How's your mentor experience this week? Did you were able to get somebody pretty quickly, work with them? How's that going for you?
Yeah, it went pretty great. I got Specs as my mentor for the race. Had a good race today, and Specs was great, very helpful throughout the run. Afterwards, we kind of went over some points from my play. Got a lot of good tips. Learned a lot. Outside of like my mentor for the week, had a VOD review this week by some other mentors, and got a lot of great advice. So it's been pretty great. Got learning a lot already. Have a lot of things on my practice list. It's been a great experience so far, for sure. Anybody out there who's interested, next year, definitely for the next one, it's a great experience if you're just trying to either learn or get better at randomizer.
Exactly. And that's one thing us mentors love to hear, is just people enjoying learning. We did see a pretty flawless potion glitch on Servo's side, and caitsith just crushed Moldorm, so they know they don't have to do the basement now. And we see two small keys here on the right side. So hopefully we are kind of narrowing down and see where what could be in this big key chest here, but we still might need to start thinking about where we are with our with this bow. And I don't remember. Did you happen to remember if there was an item on Armos or no?
I do not remember. I think it was a non-important item, but I don't quite remember. I think it may have been like arrows or something to that effect.
Oh, it was a refill. That does remind me about that. Thank you. And we do have so right now with where the keys were, we had one key in the shooter room. We had one an item on bridge here, And then we had a key in Stalfos basement. So that means that the back is actually logically available to us without the bow. Because there are 2 small keys on the right side behind the bow. And we just need to make sure that since there was a key lock or key locked key in big key chest. We are grabbing more money here because we haven't quite done Zora yet. And it did look like caitsith is pulling the trigger on Aga here, so they're going to be going into pod, but they'll be able to do everything with the bow and save their potion. Ooh, stun prize being hearts is nice. Hey!
Yeah, it's a master sword.
So right now it's just kind of
what's
going to unlock the rest of the Dark World.
Exactly.
Could it be? I mean, Hookshot also will unlock some of the mountain too, so it'll be interesting to see what they go around that way.
Like we're being kept in suspense here. And that's the hook shot.
So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what they do here. So do you go to the mountain, or are you? It looks like we're going to be going up to the mountain to see what we can do about that. Remember, they don't have knowledge of where that hammer is, whereas caitsith does. Making use of that bow up in the climb. I like it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I understand where they're going right now. I understand, following this hook shot, going to the mountain. It all makes sense to me.
Yeah, especially since we don't have glove or hammer to get over to the left side of Dark World yet. So this is like one of the last things that we're able to go ahead and do. This seed so far is a rather linear one. It seems to be kind of just like, go here, get this item, and then go here and get this item. And sometimes those seeds can be the more tricky ones because you start to outthink yourself. And Tom did not have a good time up on this mountain. Dead rocks,
no.
Anyone I know of, are not great.
Yeah, they're not. But you gotta do what you can with them. It'd be interesting to see if we get anything over on Tom's side. And there's the gloves.
Awesome. So now we have access to left side Dark World. While caitsith is going to go ahead and kill Aga here. And then they're probably going to go ahead and follow on in and see what they can do. Because now it's really, where are these flippers? And one of the worst checks to do without boots right here is this spiral cave. It's just like, I think it's the real coffee break.
It is. You have to walk such a long way, and you're just walking in a circle. You're barely making much distance, but you're walking forever. It's an absolutely horrible check. And it didn't even pay off.
So, it looks like we're heading off to the east side of Dark World.
Oh no.
Oh no, this is actually really good. This is something I didn't actually see. Glove means that if this is not boots locked, they can finish landmine. not great. I mean, they're going to be able to do bow landmo, so hopefully Clear Mouse is hanging around here and seeing what's going on. But this, I can't wait to see. And it looks like since caitsith came through here before without the lamp, they're going to go ahead and take their key after doing Aga and going to the back of escape.
Yeah, what do you think about that play, going to the back of escape right now?
I actually like this because you're going to be able to mirror and go straight to Dark World as it is. So this is kind of really nice. I actually really like this because you know you're going to be in this area. You're going to do it. You didn't have the lamp the first time, and you're kind of already pointed at an Aga seed because you don't have both gloves. And like you said earlier about 2 gloves being in Hera, it's highly unlikely that 2 gloves are going to be back here. I believe I would have just mirrored there, but that's just me. Because you mirrored from Dark World.
Yeah, you're right.
As with most habits, like mirror, you go into back of escape from the glove, and you just mirror, you just do it. You just save and quit. So
exactly, it happens before you think about it. You save and quit, then you realize, oh, what did I just do?
Though, for Eclectic that's in chat, the last chest was a map. In Com's opinion, who has the advantage going in? This is still pretty tight. I don't think there really is, because being able to do Eastern already is nice. Being able to come in here without having to go back and forth is nice for caitsith. The flute was just a massive time save for Tom. I think right now it's kind of one of those things where it's still too close to call, even 40 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, they both received different advantages, right? You had the flute on one end that, you know, made things a lot faster, but then on the other end, you had the bow, which allowed the completion of Eastern. It's going to allow the completion of Pod right now. So it's, you know, two different advantages, but I think overall that's made it pretty close.
Yeah, I think honestly it's going to depend on what caitsith does after this, because while you have the glove from, and we have bow landmo, let's go. I mean, Skull Slash, he tried. Just for any of the mentees out there, if you have Master Sword, it is on landmo, it is better to poke them and spin them than it is to slash them. There are some weird damage table rules out there, and that is one of them. So make sure you are spinning this boss and not slashing them, because you do actually do less damage slashing them. So one of the things here, though, once caitsith gets that glove, it's going to be interesting to see what they do if they come back here and finish off landmo, which I don't think it had any items, did it?
I missed it.
Okay. Because if caitsith just kind of says, no, I'll do that when I get the mitts, because you have the mirror, just flute over and do that, then they're going to save some time walking through the dungeon that they've already done. Landmo head mail upgrade, thank you very much. Thank you, Sliver, for because I'm not so great with the damage tables myself. So we do have Tom heading over to the left side, Dark World. I think one of the things we also are forgetting too, for those that are asking who's ahead at this point in time, is caitsith has knowledge of where the hammer's at. That's definitely something that could cause Tom to double dip into some dungeons. Whereas once caitsith gets the flippers, they're going to probably beeline it towards that hammer.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of those areas where knowledge is power. Knowing that it's so huge because the hammer is going to unlock so much for you. You can finish off pod. You can makes your navigation a little bit better. We have. I guess we don't have Crystal Ice Palace, but it does put. It's just knowledge. That hammer is such a big piece, right?
Well, I mean, Turtle Rock is necessary. There could be something in there.
That's true.
It looked like Tom did skip Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, that was interesting. I expected them to go there. Do you have any
it looked like they went in, and then they realized they didn't have boots, and they kind of was like, we're not going to walk the long way around, because if you don't have boots, you can't, or mitts, you can't really break yourself into there. You have to go through like 4 of the different rope squiggly head things. I don't know their name. And it's kind of a dangerous thing, especially when you're already low around health. So it looks like they kind of just beeline in for VOO and getting into Thieves Town. It looks like VOO doesn't have very much, so they're probably going to jump right into Thieves Town. And I'm curious now to see what, because we already know caitsith's on the path to getting this glove to be able to do things throughout the dungeons, or throughout the world. It is curious to see exactly where they're going to go with that glove.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting. It'll be a bit of time before we find that, but if you were in that position, where would you head?
I don't think I would be doing Landmo at this point in time. I think going over to Graveyard Ledge and working your way over to Thieves Town is better because you have more chances to find these flippers. My goal at this point in time is to get that hammer as soon as possible.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know where it is. You know you need it. You just want to get there, right? You just want to go on the route that's going to take you there, and everything else you can do later. You can do Landmo later. It's not. You know what's there. You know that hammer's there. You want it.
And especially since you're going to be getting mitts, and you need the mitts to beat the game. And you already have the flute and mirror, so you can hold off on doing Landmo just a little bit longer just to get through all the checks that you kind of have to do anyways, and then you can figure everything out after that. Plus, my thing too is if I'm getting flippers in Thieves Town or VOO or anything such as that, I also can do Swamp before I get the hammer due to our wonderful spec clip that we have. I don't think there was anything in the front of Thieves Town that I could see.
Yep, we didn't find anything in the front. Did find a small key in the front, though, so be interesting to see how that plays out.
I actually really, really like Thieves Town, too, because there is just... Basically, it is a very technical dungeon. It does have some danger to it, and there's just a lot of different rooms where you can just do fun tricks on.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun dungeon, and the boss fight is also a pretty fun boss fight to to learn the blind script. It's a pretty good time. Be interesting to see how the blind fight goes in here on Tom's side.
it's fun to have that part there where you know you're like, okay, I don't have to worry about. I may have a couple times gone into blind with a half heart and been like, all right, well, let's see what happens, and then all of a sudden come out and be like, yeah, and we have the red cane. So this is interesting. I'm not quite sure how many more items are in here though.
Yeah, I didn't count.
And also, if you are enjoying these wonderful, well, okay, we'll get that fixed a little bit because I think that's the previous race. But previous race is pretty fun too, so go ahead and follow those runners as well.
Got the some Mario blind strats.
I like it. And now we're in Dark World doing our map check. Actually, okay, so with new information here, I actually am not opposed to doing desert first. Because deserts are red crystal, Thieves Town's red crystal. Now you walk all the way around, you're going to be over by the red bomb.
That is a good point.
It's going to help clean up checks there. And
that is a good point. And I'm sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to mention that we have caitsith actually checking catfish, which Tom skipped, so it'll be interesting to see what we get over there.
And just 20 rupees, but it looks like they're also pretty healthy on money, so they kind of just like, screw it, we're leaving. Because they've already spent all their money that they needed to in this seed. They already got Zora.
And just a heart from Catfish.
Some love.
It'll also be interesting to see if caitsith checks Graveyard on their way. Graveyard Ledge.
I am kind of wondering why that may not have been.
I mean, they could have just thought that they want to do it later, potentially, with King's Tomb, if they get the boots. That'd be my thought.
Yeah. And it could be. It's just something that, you know, again, probably something that may have been talked about, see what they want to do. But the way that caitsith is working this is the way that you want to do it without boots or without the mitts. Just walking through this, it's a little bit of a longer walk, but it's definitely something that's kind of worth it if there's something here, especially since you're walking by here right now. And I do think that Kate is actually working their way over to Thieves Town, so they'll be taking care of that. And Graveyard Ledge just has bombs. More bombs.
More bombs. Just what's needed.
And there is something in chat about, you know, focusing on some dungeons and such like that. I do agree with that too. One of the things that a lot of newer runners do is that they work on the thought process. There's a lot of stuff in overworld, but there's also a lot of stuff in dungeons too, right? So getting on the way to dungeons, I don't know if I may have done Catfish myself, but getting on the way over to the dungeons as quickly as possible is going to go ahead and get you there. Half magic's always nice. There's our mitts.
There's the mitts and the flippers.
This is now, you just set yourself up. You just set yourself up to do the big bomb. Are you going to blind? Nope, we're going to go into Swamp Palace with the flippers. And that was like, I honestly think that was like a 12 out of 10 hype cave.
That was a very good hype cave. You don't get it much better than that. I missed what was on Bumper Cave here.
This is armor.
Okay.
The reason, and since Tom was already on blue armor due to landmine kill, they decided to skip this. And the murder dactyl is not being very nice. Hammer is on Hylia. caitsith going into Skull Woods.
Looks like that.
They don't have the Red King, because that's in Thieves Town. They just don't know where the items are, unfortunately, and that's kind of normal when you're playing a rando scene. So that's why we play this. I think it, and then it just, I think maybe if you're not comfortable with it, Bombos isn't a okay thing to do. You can also do Quake to stun them. Yeah, if you don't have the flippers, the only way that you can get, or well, one of the many ways, I know Malvo is in the chat, but one of the non-glitch ways to get the hammer off a Highlight Island is to water walk from Skull Woods, and you just need to have the boots for that. Yeah, hammer is definitely worth water walking to get off of Highlight Island. Fire Rod is another one. Bow is another one. Glove is another one. And we have a 10. The meme is real.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with this meme.
The meme, a sword in. There's always a sword in swamp. Just like there's always a pod key in pod for key sanity modes.
Oh, I thought there's always a sword in swamp. I thought that's just a fact of life.
Like, well, if it's not there, then I think like companies and corporations and civilizations collapse.
Oh, economy would collapse, of course.
We found the lovely shovel after we've already walked past all of it. But I do think there's one item left on the left side right now, and they haven't found the big key yet. Ooh, this is gonna be a dangerous bomb to jump there. Oh, nice!
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good.
It's nice to see when the goose flaps its wings. It's in the air, going up. Why did it just get blown up? So Tom stole the key to do Specky Clip, and then completely left the key in what they call Phelps Way, because you're just swimming. And I don't know if he was supposed to do that, because he kind of stopped and then was like, should I go back for it?
Yeah, there's some hesitation at the end, almost like it's like a oops, too late now type of situation.
I'm not swimming all the way back for that. Hopefully I don't have to do left side swamp at all.
There's the big key. So do you go back in at this point?
I think with that key situation that just had, no, because you can get the key from the left side trench. You don't need to have that key. It's just you're gonna do more walking around. It depends on how aggressive you want to be, and I don't think I would. I don't think I would at all. But did he check Bombo's tablet? Is my question.
I can't remember.
It looks like they're gonna go ahead and blind check Hylia Island and get very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, get a nice reward. Well,
oh, they're gonna try to keep the bomb there, and then realize, oh wait, we want this. It's not
You
that
def-
bad, 'cause you can just flute back to 4 and just go back in the portal there and go back to do your
Yeah, exactly. Now that you have the hammer, it's not a big deal
Exactly.
anymore.
You could also, this is also a pretty good time to clean up the rest of Pod and Eastern, since you have the bow now. I don't know about this mountain play, just because, you know, walking up the mountain takes a little bit of time. But I do see the reason for it, get knowledge of what Turtle Rock is, especially if you already have 2 medallions. But, like, there are a couple other things you could be doing as well. We do have caitsith run around in Thieves Town as well. The goose is loose.
Yeah, there are other things to do besides the Dark Mountain right now, but I mean there are a good amount of checks up there. You do get the knowledge. You could potentially go into Turtle Rock. I don't see that happening, but you never know. You could always have a good old fire and ice rod inside of it. I can't see that playing anyway, though.
I can. I mean, it really all depends on if you believe in the crystal and pendant dungeons and stuff like that. I think ice is not a bad play. I think going up to the mountain may be something I don't want to do, just because I have 2 other dungeons I can finish, and then I can also check out ice, and I do have Mire and Mire Shed and all that stuff to do as well. So you're basically using that time to do the 3rd, 4th climb up on the mountain.
And will be interesting to see what we get up here on the mountain. If you pull a rod of any type, is at that point are you going into Turtle Rock?
Only if it's the fire rod, because you can get locked out quite quickly if you don't have the fire rod. Just like with the pod and the bow. If it's ice rod, I'm probably gonna go check somewhere else. Nice silvers. So that entire chain was nice. But yeah, if it's ice rod, I'm going other places to find that fire rod. I'm not gonna go into Turtle Rock.
What are your thoughts on doing just the first check of Turtle Rock?
I'd probably do it. I just don't think I'd be expecting to go very far.
Looks like there's some hesitation here on the
that I can tell you as a mentor is one of those. We are having a conversation as to what you should go do next. So let's talk about it. Don't do anything yet. Let's talk about it right now.
Interesting to see where the next destination for Tom is here. Okay, looks like we're gonna do Eastern and Pod.
There, no Spike Cave yet. They just got the they just got the hammer, so they weren't able to do Spike Cave before. One of the things that I also like about the Eastern and Pod is Eastern and Pod are pretty relatively easy dungeons. Eastern is the first dungeon in the game. Pod is the first Dark Road dungeon, so they kind of ease you into it. This is a great time to kind of like think about what exactly is the best play here, especially since you just checked them out, right? So, do I want to go into Ice Palace? Do I want to go into Mire? How much of this do I want to commit to? I also have Smith Chain since I have the mitts now. Like, what exactly am I wanting to do here to make sure that this all goes on? You know?
Exactly. So, you're kind of buying yourself a lot of time here right now, where you can just think about it, and maybe have a discussion with your mentor. You know, try to get a game plan, decide what's the next step here. This is, I think it's a pretty good move to do this now. You have to do it anyways at some point. Might as well do it now and give yourself just a little time to breathe and think here.
Yeah, the only thing that would make this faster right now is boots, and we don't know exactly where those are at. So I think this is good. I do agree with Malmo, is that who's in chat, and if you're going up the mountain, you're committing to going into TR, at least seeing what's in there. First check, and it's not a key, it's fire unlocked, and then you leave.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, that may have been some of that hesitation that we saw there, you know, trying to decide to do that or not, and I guess the answer ended up being no, but there's some hesitation with it for sure.
It does look like Tom is kind of flying through Eastern back here with those silvers. So it's going to be a little quicker fight than caitsith there. So it's only going to be 1 silver arrow per Harmless Knight. And we do have caitsith working their way over. Looks like they're going to go ahead and bypass Bombo's tablet right now. And they're going to go ahead and go straight to get all the goodies in Hype Cave.
Yeah, I think that's you know, it's a true hype cave right there. Everything that's in this one. It's a little, yeah, little
Yo, what are we doing? Keep going to the
hesitation on
portal.
Tom's side.
Go to the portal. There you go. There you go. And it is, just so everybody knows, it is faster to do pod first into Eastern, because then you can flute away. You're adding a mirror transition doing Eastern first here.
So it looks like caitsith was on the way to the hammer, but they changed their mind.
I think that may have been a little friendly nudge to go do Swamp Palace and then get the hammer afterwards. Because once you get the hammer, you can't easily get back to this area here. So that may have been one of those, like, where the mentor kind of stepped up and said, hey, let's go ahead and let's do this first.
Yeah, because we don't need hammer to do Swamp Palace.
Not since the wonderful invention of Specky Clip by one that was found by one of our mentors this year as well.
Yeah, that's actually my mentor for week 1.
Did you not do Specky Clip? Because I think that would have been hilarious.
Oh, I did it. I definitely did. That's the first thing I learned in this game. First trick I learned.
I've always wanted to be like, can I just be a mentee and I just be like, Specs, can we do it? And I would never ever do the clip. I think it'd just be hilarious. I'm also the person that basically said, hey, we're gonna go ahead and gift sub 15 gift sub just so I can hear the 5-minute Power Rangers song we had. And then I like that Tom does know that if you have your sword out, you have a little bit bigger hitbox on your hammer. So he's going to use that to full effect. And it's just going to be 4 sword swipes here.
It'll be interesting to see if caitsith gets the big chest and the 1 item on the left side or not. Could potentially be something like Ice Rod in there.
I think that would definitely be a big swing. Because I think right now Tom is like last locating whatever. So if anything is over there. And then, yeah, with the flute in the midst, definitely heading on up, going over to the Mire area. Mire Shed is just pretty quick.
Like there's a Bombos Mire.
So we can get in. And
we can get in.
What are your thoughts about going into Mire right now?
Oh, it's one of those things that I wouldn't want to do. Not at this point. I wouldn't ever want to do it, but I think at this point we still haven't. I think we still haven't seen Skull Woods from Tom's side. That would
Correct.
probably take priority for me over Meyer.
I think he's currently trying to greed that though, to get the fire out, because Skull Woods is a lot of these dungeons are pretty slow. Skull Woods is definitely one of them without the boots. And it looks like we're I think this might be the pyramid fairy play.
Yeah.
We do have caitsith working on Argus right now. It'd be interesting to see if they go back in. And I think that might have been a poke. Nope, nope, that was double spin. Good job. Nice fight. But I also, like, this is also one of those things where I kind of know the mentors pretty well, and I don't think that they will be going into do Left Side Swamp, just because it's without boots. That's a very long time commitment as well. But I could be wrong.
We'll see soon. Oh, there you go.
All right.
When there's two items still in Swamp, it's kind of hard to say no to it sometimes.
Especially with the mirror, and you're just gonna go over and get the hammer anyways. This could be one of those, like, get the hammer, go straight into Ice Palace plays. But it'll be interesting. We have two new checks on both sides right now. And Pyramid Fairy has the
there's
fire
a fire rod.
Oh. And to think we could have that before we go up to TR, I think that would have pushed me into TR and doing all of TR. If I was going to go up to the mountain that early. I think that is still a possibility for caitsith to get right after the hammer. Depends on how they want to route that. And I think right now, with the way that this race is kind of shaping up, like, we're gonna be able to go on Tom's side to go and do Skull Woods, right? I think something has to be here for caitsith, or it's gonna be a very hard road for them to climb back into this. Because right now, Tom does seem to have a good firm grasp on the lead, just because of the amount of items and stuff that they have. They are just down to needing to do Ice Rod, and they're good to go, right? Hammer, we know where it is, so caitsith is on both at the same as well.
Yeah, we'll find out real quick here if that Ice Rod is here on left side.
Yeah, I think it is.
Not.
So it could just be also in its home. It's wonderful home on the last check on Laser Bridge. We do have caitsith checking out Bombo's tablet as well. Yeah, I think it's right now. It's just Tom is kind of going to be on the way to getting this Ice Rod, but heading over to find the Ice Rod, right? Because that's all they need to find.
Yeah, I imagine they'll probably head into Turtle Rock without it, but hoping to find it in there, hoping to find it. I mean, there's a lot of checks inside of it, right? So there's a good chance. It's a good chance it's in there.
And it looks like right now Tom is kind of just clearing up the same stuff that caitsith has already done. So they're just kind of like working, giving some time back at the moment. And and then we got the hammer. I want to see if caitsith goes straight to the pyramid, because it's kind of like on. Well, they don't have desert done yet, so they could be going up to pod to finish that up right now. Which I think the faster way is just to fleet to 5 from Highlight Island.
Yeah, I think that would be faster.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Tom is on their way to Skull Woods, as expected.
We're a little early on the mirror there. Just stand still. Just stand still. No, it'll pull you back in. So yeah, this has actually been a pretty exciting race. You know, we've got a lot of divergence. We're definitely seeing spots where our mentors are helping and our mentees are doing their thing. It's been very fun to see these two growing as the race goes on as well. And that's one of the things that we do enjoy seeing as mentors, is just the fact that mentees are practicing what we preach and what they're practicing, and they do it in a fun race setting, right? This is all for fun too.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about having fun, right? At the end of the day, it's about having fun. It's about enjoying yourself and, you know, just getting better. Just getting better throughout the race, throughout the tournament.
And meeting wonderful people as well. Speaking of meeting people throughout the tournament, go ahead and follow these runners and their mentors. They definitely do run quite a bit, do a lot of practice quite a bit. Also, we do have Scanlore on track. I don't think we've actually said much about Scanlore. He's been pretty quiet over there, which is nice. And then we do also have Fire Elements, who is first time in the mentor tournament here.
First time in the mentor tournament.
Nice. So go ahead and give them a follow. Watch their growth as they go through on. But that's this fun part about this too, is that this tournament is mainly put on by the mentees for the mentees. The mentors just kind of show up and say stuff like what I've been doing this entire time.
And yeah, on that note, you know, everyone definitely check out and give a follow over to Sawyer, who's here on commentary with me, doing a great job. Really appreciate you here, kind of taking the lead, especially, you know, I'm a bit new to this, so you know, appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. A very nice fight with Mothula there from the turtle sprite when they flex is hilarious. But a very nice fight. We're gonna go back in, see where we can get this last item. Now, I don't think there's very much left other than pendant dungeons, dipping TR, and Smith Chain for Tom at the moment. We know that Kate needs to go over to do desert at some point. It'll be interesting to see if they go into Mire at the same time. But we do have some stuff to worry about there, and we do have a pet check happening here shortly too. And that is what's affectionately known in this community as the fillet, the bug net that catches fairies and bees.
You called it the fillet?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to explain that one to me.
I wish I knew. I just kind of joined in. I'm like, one of us. But one of the really top runners of the community, Gamachu, calls it the le filet. French word for bug net, pretty much, because it was it's a pretty good French community as well in here, and it just kind of stuck, so a lot of people started calling it that. I don't know if you know this, but this community has a lot of memes. Like a lot of memes.
Yeah, I think there needs to be like a wiki for memes
Right?
for new people, right? Like,
Alright, so we do have caitsith coming over here. Probably gonna do Mire Shed, do desert, And then we're going to see exactly what they're going to work on right there. We need like a little cliff notes section for all the things that people talk about. And then we just need to have one for like each mode, because there's only 30 bajillion modes out there for this game.
So when do you think you dip into Turtle Rock at this point? How many of these checks do you do before heading there?
Right now.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I think even Graveyard Ledge at that point without the boots is not something I would touch. I understand being right there. I don't understand going from Skull Woods when you already have Paga though. But this could also be a spike cave play. But I think right now, Sean in chat, who's another mentor, said it a little bit best, is that you need to start focusing on dungeons at some point. And I think doing the dungeon Turtle Rock is an okay play right now. Because if it's just there, you just finish the game while you're up here.
Like it is a spike cave play here.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't mind, because if you're planning, I would be using the crap out of my magic right now and not these potions. But especially if you're planning on just saving quitting the old man and going straight to Turtle Rock, because there's magic all up in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, especially with having half magic. I mean, that is a interesting use of the potion there.
But I mean, this isn't Final Fantasy where you have 37,000 Phoenix Downs at the end of the game going, I would have used them if I had to.
Yeah, you never know. You can't use them because you might need to use them later, right?
Exactly. If my inventory is not 80% just junk, I'm very upset. I didn't play the game right. But I also see what he said, what Tom's doing here. Emptied the red bottle, went and got a blue bottle, now going over to Turtle Rock. I mean, right now the plays that you have available to you are Ice Palace, which if you're going to do that, you're going to do it right after Hammer. You have Mire, which if you're going to do that, you're going to do it when doing Mire Shed and Desert, which could be what's happening here on Caitsith's side. And also Smith Chain. All of them not very good without boots.
That's true, but it does look like Caitsith may be going into Mire here. Caitsith fans, you're gonna hope to see a Ice Rod in here.
Yeah, I think wherever this Ice Rod is, Caitsith needs to kind of find it first. And there's still they still have to do Mothula. So I think what Caitsith is kind of on more of a clock than Tom is at the moment, but I do like going in here. I hope that they do kind of clear out the Pyramid Fairy after this, though, because they kind of need to get that done soon. And they've already checked all of Skull Woods, whereas Tom went to the back, got one item off of Moth, and then immediately got the item in the front, and didn't have to walk around, which was about a minute and 15 there. So yeah, now is Ice Rod in its home, or is it somewhere in Caitsith's path? For the blue cane.
Yeah, not quite an Ice Rod. Same color, I suppose.
One item down. Almost a bingo square. Ooh. There must be a squirrel outside. I do apologize if you hear my dogs at any point in time, but they are dogs are very much a part of this community as well. Yeah, we kind of have things going on. How do you feel so far about some of the choices that have been made in the seed? Would you have made some of the same choices there, Fire?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, if we're talking about, what's going on right now, I personally would have gone into Turtle Rock at this point, just like we see on Tom's side. I think that's the right choice to make. You're just kind of going in here, you're hoping that you find that Ice Rod, and you're just good to go. So I definitely agree with that for sure.
Yeah, the one thing that I'm afraid that if caitsith does find the Ice Rod and then go straight to Pyramid, is that I am a little afraid that they might lose out on some of the silvers, which could be time loss for them based on what's going on in GT or Ganon at the time, but it depends on their experience with all of that too.
That's true. Silvers can save a lot of time on GT, especially just depending on your experience level. It can be quite the difference.
I think one of my notes to somebody today when I did their race was GT, everyone has to practice. Ganon, everyone has to practice. And like just those two things, you're always doing those in the entire tournament. Plus, there are very few modes that actually don't make you do them, so you might as well just get them done.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you also have to, practice with the just various setups, because you never know how it's going to end up. You never know if you're going to have silver Sergani. You don't know, what's your sword situation going to be. There's just, there's so many variables to it, and you just got to be prepared for anything basically, because any seed you can find yourself with a different setup for those.
Exactly. Exactly. And there's some of them where you're just like, I feel behind, I'm not going to check anything, and then next thing you know, your Master Sword Red Cane Ganon without silvers going, I need to take care of this. And so far, we haven't found anything really in Turtle Rock.
We haven't, but Laser Bridge. We still have Laser Bridge. That's probably Tom's mentality right now. Not too worried. Maybe a little bit, but Laser Bridge is still out there.
A lot of things too is that there is a way to save the portal as well. So, especially with the items that you have left, and you're still blue mail. Red mail is a little harder to save portal with, but blue mail you can go ahead and hit like a bunch of Hinoxes and the Snapdragons and everything. They're gonna still hit you for a heart or two. Yeah, right now we have Kate going all the way back to Meyer, to Vidi. Doesn't have silvers, but has tempered, so we're going to go ahead and see how well that fight goes. But Cape as well. One of the best feelings is just to be able to sit there and slam on button to make sure you got that taken care of.
All right, here's the moment of truth on Tom's side for the Laser Bridge. See if the Ice Rod's here.
Okay, so we got the key that's always going to probably be on here. We have the butter sword.
We got the gold sword, yeah.
Oh.
Keeping us in suspense.
Yep, this is why I bought the potion. He has not played Final Fantasy, and I don't like it.
No Ice Rod.
No Ice Rod. So, where could this be?
Ice Palace, perhaps? Looks like we're going to Meyer on Tom's side.
Yep, so it looks like kind of going
Does
here
not.
at the same time.
Yeah, which does not have it unless it's on the green pendant.
And I can hear the scream of Lana Bean right now with that shield. There is also another memey thing about the shields in this game causing lag. So, there is a contingency of you like shields or you don't like shields.
Oh, that's a meme and not real.
And if you play NMG, shields do cause a little lag, but in Rando it's all fast round, so it's not like it really matters too much. Meme, we are not just digging up meme corpses here. We are giving them a party. We do have caitsith.
Yeah, looks like caitsith.
Yep. Go ahead.
Going to a pyramid. Do you imagine they turn in the green pendant right after this?
I hope so. I do hope so, just so we can see what it is, because we already know that Tom is on that path, right? Gonna do green pendant, probably turn that in, probably go to ice if it's not there. Like, they're just gonna be clearing out checks that until they find this ice rod, and they have a pretty good path, whereas caitsith still has to go do Mothula. So honestly, I'm not, it's kind of interesting to see how they're going to go about that. I will say that right now, this does remind me of like a joke. It's like you're either looking for the ice rod, the fire rod, or the red cane for Gomo, and it's like always one of those. So you're three. Those three. It's like Hermione, Harry, and Weasley.
Ron.
I was like, I don't know why I went through 4 different names. I was like, it's Weasley. Just say Weasley. Calm down. You know,
right?
It's 12:30 for me. I'm tired. Shush.
Oh, fair. That's prime awake time. What are you talking about? And there's not an ice rod on the green pendant.
No, shovel was not checked. I believe that's probably gonna be done with Smith Chain if they do that. But I also have an odd feeling that Kate is probably going to be also going up to Turtle Rock soon to see if they can find ice rod up there, which we already kind of know is not. So I'm hoping that they may stay down on the ground.
Yeah, perhaps they do Smith Chain after Skull Woods.
I think it all depends on how much they feel ahead or behind, because I'm not sure what Lana is going to be talking about in Kate's ear, but right now I'm feeling like if at an hour 32 and you're still ice rod and you kind of got to a couple things late, like you're feeling a little behind, so you might be making some different plays than you normally would if you were feeling a little bit safer.
Yeah, I mean, they could still be feeling behind just from that flute in the beginning, getting that so late, and they could feel like they've been playing catch-up since then.
Something also in chat that I kind of want to point out here too that a lot of people aren't really seeing. Look how long it's taken Servo to do Meyer without boots, right? We already know Pet is dead. So you got Mire with his green pendant, and that's the third item in Mire. And you got Ice Palace with Red Cane and Icebreaker. You have 3 items in there that can be done in half the time. Especially since you have to fly away to go and turn in the green pendant. So Ice Palace probably was the better play to do there. But no one likes to have lack of control, just like what Malmo was saying. Like, every newer players just hate ice. No one likes to do ice physics. It kind of sucks.
I'll say where the deck's destination for both are right now. Turning the green pendant on Tom's side.
I think this is a Smith Chain play from Kate.
It does look like Smith Chain.
We know green pendant's not it, so I'm pretty sure Tom sounds like he's in dungeon mode, so he's gonna go Ice Palace probably. They both know that Pet is dead, so it's a lot easier just to get your 3 items and leave, right? To do it makes swallowing doing a pendant dungeon pill a lot better. So
Yep, we're
angry
going to
slashes. Yeah.
Ice Palace on Tom's side here.
And this will be an interesting one to see the skill about Icebreaker as well, if they're comfortable with it. Because
That's true.
With Icebreaker, you can at least go ahead and you know, get through this dungeon pretty quickly. You don't even need to, if you're not planning on getting all the items or like to kill the boss, like it may be beneficial just to like not even hit the switch to go back there. Did caitsith fight Mothula? Did we see that right?
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
So then right now it's really who's making the right choice for this ice rod. Because
Exactly.
with the dip into TR, like if it's on Smith Chain, Kate's in the lead.
Yeah, it might come down to who finds this ice rod first.
So, but we do have Tom hitting the switch. They're planning on probably having to kill Biddy here. Hitting the switch means you're definitely doing the long way around, especially since you don't have a small key. You have to kind of get both keys to be able to do Ice Tea Room. And at this point, you're not leaving anything behind in this dungeon. Nice Icebreaker. Very nice.
Very nice Icebreaker.
Okay, so we're definitely going to be able to go down south. We checked shovel. Shovel is nothing. Purple chest. We got, I think, 1 item so far with the way the keys have been laid out. And Smith
It's
Chain
not on purple chest. Yeah. I think is all that's left at this point is Ice Palace?
It looks like it, because that's exactly where caitsith is going.
Oh,
my
could be a mushroom.
Oh, what is happening? What is this behavior? I mean, we already have the book, we already have the shovel, so there's not much more fetch quests that are going to happen here.
No, unless we get the boots off of this mushroom.
I hope so. I mean, I feel bad that they're as a person that regularly plays Kaz Boots on a regular schedule, I feel bad that they're having to walk around this much. Like, aren't their calves getting tired? Like, what's happening here? And of course, chat. is piping up with some of these really not great chains. Mushroom to powder to boots to ice rod.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, exactly what we want to see here. Let's go.
We want this to go on as long as possible.
And that being said, we're going to be here as long as they're here. So if you ever, as a mentee, if you ever are restream, don't feel pressure or anything like that. It's you're here as long as we're here, you know? Something like that. Fire Rod, Gold Sword makes Gold Sword pretty fun and easy.
Oh, there's our boots.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh,
Everything is right in the world.
Yeah. And how do you do the boot checks first, or do you turn in this mushroom first?
I mean, you have the flute, so just flute the 2, turn the mushroom, then run over to King's Tomb and bonk rocks. I mean, that's really what you're doing. I don't know what this menuing is. So we're gonna go. I think the fastest way is just turn in the mushroom, swim over to King's Tomb, and then run over to bonk rocks here. Everything right now is kind of a commitment. There really are no good choices to do any of this. Once you're on Ice Rod Hunt, there really isn't a smart way to go around doing it. It's just hope you pick the right choice.
I hope we find magic powder on one of these. That's where our Ice Rod is.
I hope it's on mushroom.
I can't remember. Have we had a lumberjack check yet?
Yeah. Actually, I thought it was Kate that did it at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you're correct.
Pre-pulls and crabs and stuff like that. Nice refill of silver arrows, though. Absolutely A-okay to get out the menu there as well. We're about to see if the mushroom is it. I think... What are we doing? Go back! Go back! Go back! Could just be the mushroom. You don't have to do any of this. Go back! Please go back.
It could just be here, too. Interesting way to route that.
What's that? I think it is the mushroom.
It's mushroom or, like I said, magic bat.
Come on, powder. Come on, powder.
We want the powder. Huh? Did we miss the bird there?
I think they got damage boosted out of it.
Ah, okay.
Whoa! We have found it. Now, caitsith is not quite out of this just yet. There is still some opportunity for, you know, GT shenanigans, like routing and where the big key is and everything like that. And the unfortunate part, like, you know, what caitsith can do is they'll also be able to go mode all of Turtle Rock. It's just they're gonna have to do a bunch of checks in Turtle Rock as well. So I really hope that the mushroom is the first thing they turn in, because I think the best way to do that routing is mushroom, King's Tomb into Pegasus Rocks. But hey, in the heat of the moment, you have a lot of things going on. You have somebody in your ear. You don't have us two sitting back here just like, you know, eating popcorn and just enjoying the show.
Exactly. We'll see where caitsith goes here. No, they're doing the same thing, it looks like. Are they fake powdering?
They are, and this is not something I recommend.
It's a bold play, that's for sure. Fortunately, not one that's going to pay off, but it is a bold play.
I can see why you want to do this, but you're just, if it is on powder and you have so few checks left right now, you're just gonna get powder in one of these next 3 checks.
Yeah, I mean, if you like really feel you're behind and you feel like this is your only opportunity to make up like that minute, it makes sense. But it's like I said, it's a risky, very bold play.
We do have Tom flying through Turtle Rock.
Yep, and I mean, honestly, still, caitsith isn't out of this. I mean, there can be a lot of time difference in GT, just depending on what happens. You know, take a nasty death somewhere, just execution. I mean, you have the whole Ganon fight. There's room still here. There's still paths to victory for caitsith.
Yeah, and I commend both these runners. They're doing quite a bit. They're doing a great showing right now as well. They have pretty much full cleared the entire game, even with an Aga kill and everything too. I think they're doing really well. I can't wait to see their growth in this tournament as well. Does Kate not know that they're in Goha?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are they looking for? Are they trying to find silvers, maybe? Because they didn't get the silvers, did they?
No, that's in Hookshot Cave. So
yeah,
I'm wondering if there is some uncomfortability on that. Or Lana, I'm not quite sure.
Maybe worried that Tiara is ether. Have they checked it? They
That's
haven't checked it yet, right?
This is why I hate Dead Rocks. That and many other things. But and we did use our blue potion here on Trinex. Like a couple upside down Y we have going on with the ice head throwing everything around, and we want to burn everything right now.
Yeah, I got the arena quite a bit iced up, makes it a bit more difficult now.
I like this, just kind of sit back, get your 1 hit in, you have Cold Sword. It's still gonna only take 3 hits.
Yep. That's clean at the end there.
We didn't die, which is nice. Dying is the biggest time loss. And we're also going to go ahead and open up the GT guessing game for all of you wonderful people out there. If you want to put in number 1 to 22 in chat, we're going to go ahead and see where this GT big key is. And Tom's going to be the first one in GT. What is your favorite chest in GT?
Oh, I love tile room. I'd want to see a tile room, big, what?
I think that was an accident. I'm pretty sure that was an accident. That was wait, I'm not supposed to be down here. But it kind of gives a little bit more time back to caitsith.
That does, yeah. Like I said, there's still past the victory for caitsith. Yeah, there's a lot of room still.
Just so we know that, we're gonna go get some bottles.
Get some potions.
I mean, this is actually not bad.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
It's like, oh well, this just happened, so we're gonna do this now.
Yeah, take advantage of it. Get that. I mean, because you burnt one on Trinex, right? You might as well go get it. Feel safe.
And this right here is to echo my mentors and my friends and my league teammates and basically everyone I've talked to is why GT, Ganon's Tower, and also Ganon should be a priority for practice if you want to get really good at this game, because being able to do this without any type of potions is definitely one way to go to save time. Because look at how much time was used to go back and get this push. Now, obviously, falling down was an accident. We kind of know that. But how much time was used instead of just going straight back up there? Right. So,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're afraid of GT, it makes sense in the time, but yeah, definitely practice. It's an important part to practice, right? Getting comfortable with it, knowing that you can get through it, and not have to worry about that type of thing. It can be a big difference for sure.
And I can tell you right now, every single mentor, if you say, "Hey, oh, come back here, fairy. No, don't go away." Every single mentor, if you say, "I want to practice GT and I want to practice Ganon," it's like Christmas for us. The fairy was like, "I don't want to be eaten. I'm out of here. Bye." All right, so we kind of had a little bit there, but the GT guessing game is going to be closed here for a moment, and it's not going to be reopened back up until tomorrow. Yeah, if you're comfortable with it, just mirroring back, as Mama was saying in our chat, just mirroring back there and going back over there is the better way to do it instead of saving and putting. It looks like we do have a hope room strategy. What's your preferred strategy for a GT basement?
This right here is my strategy. This is what I do. Go to Hope Room. If I get that small key, just keep going, keep going right. What it was your preferred strategy? I know there's a lot of divisive opinions about this.
My preferred strategy is to go to Stalfos room and then come back over and then go over there. I'm also a person that's like, whatever strategy you go with here is just make sure you're confident and happy with it, because without that, you're going to keep second guessing yourself the entire time. You want to have as much muscle memory in here as possible. Hey, the powder.
That's a nice magic powder.
It's good for the climb, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, exactly. Make it a lot safer.
And depending on routing, like caitsith can get some time back. There is still the silvers differences, but that we'll see how that goes. And we're just still trying to find out where the big key is. So Kate is not out of it just yet.
Oh, there's the big... How many was that? Counting's hard.
It was 9. So do we have any 9s? Was there a 9? I see a 9 from the person that runs this tournament, Lumaga. You have been blessed with an unlimited amount of mentees to mentor. They will be here every year, not reading the rules, not sending you messages like they should have. Because the rules say that you have to send a message to Lumaga, because Lumaga likes DMs. Everybody slide into Lumaga's DMs.
Yeah, when I read that rule, I thought it was a troll, and I wasn't like quite sure if I should actually do that or not.
You should, because everybody needs to read the rules. They've only been doing this for like 9 years, and there's been every question that have all been in the rules. There's a reason why there's that emote. I do like we're gonna go ahead. Depending on what strat Kate does, we still have a little bit of a race going on right now.
Yeah, can make up a bit of time here.
And also for those that are also running in this tournament too, is that if you are unfortunately not the winner of a race, tiebreakers go by time as well. Okay, so we're not getting an encompass here. I likey. So tiebreakers go by time as well. So forfeiting a race gets you automatically negative whatever time it is. Finishing out races will help keep your aggregate time better, so that you could get in a higher bracket or just be a little closer to your compatriots as well. Yeah, Tom kind of blew through that gauntlet. Half magic fire, you might as well blow through everything. You still have potions.
And that's a bit of interesting GT routing from caitsith. Went to Hope, but didn't continue with that small key. So
some people are more about the Hope left than anything else.
There was a tiny bit of time save there from caitsith's side, though.
And that's kind of what I was talking about when this all was brought up too, is that I can tell you from my personal experience that if you do forfeit seeds, you're actually doing a disservice to yourself, because you're not getting the practice in that you should be getting. You can still get stuff from not taking first. So that was a really good climb by Tom. I really liked seeing that. Where was the gold sword? Was that also in Hookshot Cave? Or Super Bunny? One of the two. Because I don't think that's the only thing that Kate really hasn't done.
Yeah, I can't remember anymore, but I think those are the only places, right? Oh, Laser Bridge. It was Laser Bridge, right?
Thank you, Scanler. Our trusty tracker. One of the things I'm not a big fan of having, it's like up on the climb, is sword beams, because everything takes at least 2 sword beams to kill, whereas you have tempered usually, and you look like once sword beams one way, it's just like let's swing once and go.
Yeah, they can get in the way a little bit sometimes. I mean, you can take advantage of it as well too, but I feel like more often than not, it's just getting in your way than helping you.
Hello there, General Kenobi. Tom has jumped down into fighting Ganon. Gold sword, all you need is 6 slashes on the first 2 phases. Still 4, and then 12 spins on the 4th phase. But we also do have here silvers, which could help. And we have caitsith got through the gauntlet fairly quickly as well. I'm pretty impressed with both of these GT runs.
Yeah, pretty good GTs, honestly, from both sides.
Didn't quite get in position to get the double or the triple after this, but it looks like that Ganon was not being cooperative at all. We're on our last hits for Tom. With Kate, I know that they were late to a couple items, but they're right behind them.
Yeah, I mean, this was really close overall, and I mean, it's like you said earlier, it's the delta matters, right? So
exactly.
It's pretty close race overall.
And get your GGs in chat for HtomSirveaux85 with a finishing time of 1:58:31. Nice, very nice Moldrum 2 fight there.
We're gonna see how each Sith handles Silverless Ganon.
First one was a wonderful 2 hits. Got 2-2, so that's actually really good. See if we can get the third 2. And we would have had a triple on that one. So that's very nice Aga fight on that too. We do have caitsith dropping into Ganon here shortly.
I mean, that's great. Great GTs, great Aga 2s from both sides, from both runners. Really, really good.
I don't think I've ever seen a sword out that far on the second hit. I also don't think I've ever seen him up that high before.
I have never seen that.
This is just unfortunate. This is so unfortunate. We do have potions, we have the cave. I like this. We're definitely going to see an interesting phase 4. We don't have to worry about silvers. We're going to get some spins in here. It's going to be pretty good. So let's all just keep on rooting on caitsith for finishing out this run. We are just now going into phase 4. Nothing wrong with missing that torch cliff. Pretty awesome there.
Pretty good execution so far.
I would like to see maybe a fire rod shot or 2 in here, but you can tell that Kate has been practicing this quite a bit and is doing really well. And this is one of the fun parts of being on Restream too, is that you may have some nerves. It's absolutely totally fine. No one is out there to judge you or anything like that. Like, just do your best, hammer it home. We're all rooting for it. And we do have a blowing up pig. So we got some bacon being cooked right now. Get your GGs in chat for caitsith.
That's a nice Ganon fight from caitsith for sure.
Mm-hmm. With an official time of 2:02:51. caitsith has crossed the finish line. So only a 4 minutes and 21 second difference. So pretty much, like, I would say Landmo 2 on, maybe a little later than that, Torches on. So really came back and pulled that together after that Ice Rod hunt.
Yeah, that was a really close one, but it was it was fun to watch and a real good time.
And we are joined by both of our competitors. GG's to both of you.
GG's.
That was really close.
That was very, very close.
So close.
was panicking.
So yeah, basically, it was a fun race, very fun to watch. You both had divergences everywhere, and we're both going, okay, well, this is fun to watch. Until
like
obviously,
I did you like the fact that a dip into ice palace was mandatory.
Yeah.
Even though it was a pendant dungeon. Weird.
Yeah.
But like, did you go all the way to the boss, or did you just turn into mushroom?
I went all the way to boss. At that point, we were just looking for ice rod, so
Yeah.
we were pretty committed at that point to it.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's reasonable because Booth being on gold stairs is like what a. I decided that based on I decided that Seatown Big Test was going to be a last location.
Yeah, that was that. We had a handful that were like that for us. We had, and Thieves Town Big's Chest was not even under discussion when we were doing cleanup looking for ice rod. Yeah, that was definitely an interesting scene for sure.
Now, did you dip into Turtle Rock before Ice Rod, or?
Yeah. Essentially, I was looking for Ice Rod and decided on, hey, Ice Rod loves to live in TR. So
lives in TR, especially on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Yeah, we had what was it, the Smith chain with like purple chests and all that, Meyer and Ice Palace, and we're like, well, we could be aggressive and push it, and it could potentially be the race either way if it works out or not. And I was like, that's its habitat, so let's do it. I took that from Umaga, but they're right, absolutely right. It loves to live there.
yeah, so it sounds like you guys are both pretty happy with how things went, even though the ice rod wasn't great. I do have a couple questions for you, just from my thought process of a couple things. I was wondering, there's two points there. One, I want to Tom, this is directed towards you. When you fluted to desert, and it looked like you were going to go into desert, and then you went to Agina, what was the thought process there?
The early on, I don't remember what was specifically available there as well, but that was really just check the ledge, and at the time, I do not seem to recall being able to even beat it. So it was, well, could open it with the book, but it's not even really beatable at that point. So it was check for those items and get away to go look for other stuff.
Okay. And then Kate, one of the things that the routing was good. It just was unfortunate. So I'm kind of wondering what your thoughts are after you did the well and saved and quit, and then went back to race game later.
I saved and quit because walking to race game is slow.
Mm-hmm. How were you feeling once you saw that there?
Kind of annoyed that the flute was there.
Yeah,
also kind of annoyed that, after I bought bombs, I could have had all my bombs right in the well, because the well was just loaded.
We made a joke. Yeah, we made a joke that it was 12 out of 15 bombs that you got in there. It was pretty funny to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And
was
then-
definitely when we were routing into town. My mentor was like, "Let's hit that up before we buy, because bombs could be there." And it was like, "Oh look, bomb," and then just nothing but bombs.
Yeah.
And then one thing that both of you did differently as well is Kate also checked Highly Island, whereas Tom blind checked that one. Kate, were you kind of beelining it, just trying to find any type of flippers to just go get that hammer, or was because I know
I was,
Tom?
yeah, I was just kind of, yeah, I was just kind of looking for, like, yeah, we're looking for flippers and all that, knowing, but then I figured, okay, so since one palace was a crest, since one palace is a crystal and there's specky clips, like, I'll just take care of it first.
Because Tom didn't scout that from my memory, and then
No.
kind of skipped a couple other checks, like not going into Skull Woods, missing Graveyard Ledge. It looked like you were trying to get in, but didn't go around the correct way without
Yeah,
boots. So there was a couple of divergences there. I think this is a really good race for both of you to watch back. We kind
yeah,
of did point out some things here that we see from just an outsider perspective, but you both put on a really great show, especially having the pressure of a restream and pressure of like your mentors in
yeah.
your ear. Did anyone get really mad when a shield happened, or get really happy when a shield was shown?
Like, I was, I was actually hoping to at least get up to Fire Shield.
I
Late.
I know who Kate's mentor is, so I'm like, I think there's supposed to be an answer. I'm being
Yeah.
frustrated that the shield shows up. I know Lana doesn't care for him, but that's just
Mhm. But yeah, it's just that I have a general preference for
No,
like
absolutely.
for having shields and that. But the fact that there was a bow in Desert Palace,
ugh.
so what had happened is that I did following the save and quit. I did Hyrule Castle into Dark Cross. Got the book. Okay, that I kept that in mind. That okay, the book's out of logic. Then was like, never mind, never mind.
Yeah.
I'll go. I'll go there. I'll go there. See what's up, and then that just turned into being able to do full clear Eastern Palace in one dip. Palace of Darkness, on the other hand, was hard to require double dip.
All right, I had a question. So for next week's race, are you two going to have the same mentor, or are you gonna switch it up and try out a different mentor for next week?
Or do you even have plans for next week? Because I mean, it's still, Sunday for me, but
um, I know I I had an opportunity to do this 2 or 3 years ago. And I tried to vary up my mentors every week as just trying to get like a broad, there's lots of different ways to play rando. So I think that's always sort of how I viewed it, is just, hey, I know this week I can get somebody who handles some kind of like aggressive riding styles. I know it's probably good to have some people who have some like NMG execution experience, especially for me with like Kaz boots coming up as well. So like I'll probably have at least 3, if not 4 different mentors throughout the mentor portion of this. So
Yeah, so I don't know as far as where I'm standing on that.
that's totally fair. Totally fair. All right. Last, getting the nice fun little seat here. Nice fun little race. Do appreciate you're both running. Is there any last thoughts that either of you may have about this, or anything to say that you would like to say?
The only
No,
thing I really got is thanks for all the volunteers who've been helping out to get these
yeah.
restreamed. I
I'm
think
just,
the late the late ice rod kind of spoke for itself for both of
I
us.
just curious. Did you ever find the silver arrows?
Silvers. I do not remember where my second set of
They
arrows
were
came
in
from, but I
Hookshot
did
Kit.
have silvers. Hookshot.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Yeah, like I was just basically beelining it through Turtle Rock, and that I even did the don't feel like risking the 3% chance, and
Oh yeah.
went outside, and then it turned out okay. I could just beeline straight to Trinax.
well, that's pretty much how the seed went down, was that ice rod. Do want to say thank you both for giving us a great show. Fire, are there any final thoughts that you have for anyone here and yourself?
No, just thank you so much for the race. Is very entertaining. I'm sure everybody enjoyed watching it. Great job to both of you. Did really great, and yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Well, I come back tomorrow. We do have a couple restreams going on. I think there's one at noon and one at 3:30 on the Go Mode podcast Twitch channel, where the wonderful mentor races are going to go on for another 5 weeks before brackets, and then they're going to go on after that as well. Thanks all. My name is Sawyer. I did com with Fire Elements. Make sure you give our runners and our commentators a follow, and definitely give shout outs to Scanler. Thank you all. You all have a good night.